Alright everybody, back with another video. I always end up being gone longer than intended, but was putting a few things into this binder and decided before putting the binder away, it might be fun to show a few things from it, so I'll jump around a bit. So this is where I keep a bunch of like random sports that aren't like the main sports I collect, but I like having these cards in here to look through at times. A chunk of it is going to be UFC stuff. I do have another UFC binder where I keep the UFC complete sets that I'm working on, but again, it's just like a variety of inserts and things. I like those a lot. The bloodlines. Here's some refractors. An X-fractor. There's also like some base from 2018, like some doubles. This 2018 set, I have like 80% complete in the other binder, but still to this day haven't gotten it completed. And then some inserts from some different products there. Some more inserts. Here's just some more base doubles. This set I did complete the 2017 Topps Chrome, but again, that's in the other UFC binder. And some more randomness here. These are cool. These two. I considered completing some of these insert sets years ago, but never fully committed to it. Here's some Marcus the Darkness Jones. He appeared on a season of The Ultimate Fighter many years ago, and it wasn't very good, but I kind of took a liking to him because he was just kind of like a big child, and yeah, briefly played in the NFL, so I put some of his NFL cards in there. And then Kat Zingano, who I kind of had a bit of a side piece years ago. I still have the cards, but just haven't added anything to it in a long time. But that might be the only base card I have of her, because a lot of the stuff I have of her is like autos and numbered stuff, so all that stuff is top loaded. And here's a bunch of base from this set from like a decade ago. I think Breeze No Ain'ts, some of you might remember him. He's a big wrestling and UFC guy. I think he might have been the one that sent me a bunch of these. Decent looking set, but again, just never committed to completing it, so I just put whatever I had into here. So a few pages of those. There's like some blue parallels. There's some other random sets represented here too. As you can kind of see, there's like no rhyme or reason to a lot of this. Just wherever there were empty page slots, I just pop some cards in there whenever I can. And here's another mixture of stuff. Cool Spider Silver Refractor. Got some McGregor, Holly Holm, Misha Tate. You can see some of the Panini stuff starting to pop up. I ripped a few blasters during the years that Panini had the license, so that's where a lot of this stuff came from. Now Topps has the license again. Been wanting to rip at least one of the Stadium Club blasters that came out, but just haven't yet. Yeah, a few cool looking things during the Panini years. And some Prism. Moving on to some of the other sports in here. We're gonna get even more random as we go. Here's just some hockey. I have my Rangers PC binder, but this stuff is some of my non-Ranger stuff that I didn't want to have just sitting in a box, so I put them in here for now. I'm sure some of this stuff will move on eventually, but again, for now they're in here and it's enjoyable to look through every now and then. Some of these might even already be on my TCDB trade list. But just a variety of inserts and things from different products. Tried to get a Johnny Gaudreau page going there, but fell a bit short. But still some really nice ones there. And then just some more randomness from Allure and OPG Platinum. Now we move on to some women's basketball. Don't have a whole lot in here. Most of my Liberty PC stuff is autos and number stuff, so all of that stuff is top loaded. But got a few nice things in here. Some Rebecca Lobo stuff there. Some Sabrina, a few other Liberty players. But Nigel Hamilton is probably the Liberty player that I collect the most. They got a few of the old school ladies there. Cynthia Cooper, who the league has kind of tried to erase because of some controversy that happened with her, but she was one of the better players in the league the first few years. And then just some other random stuff from packs that I've opened. Some Prism. Some Shiny Select. And some more Select. I still have a few sealed Select boxes, but I think I'm going to keep those sealed for now. Even got a little bit of soccer in here. I've never watched it much, but ended up with some soccer cards somehow, so put them in here. I have an autographed version of this Brandy Chastain I got from Caleb's Cards. He got a TTM from her, and I won it from him in a giveaway. Nice shiny one up there. And Tim Howard, who was kind of a soccer PC guy for me, but again, the better stuff I have of him is top loaded. And got a page of golf going here. Missing one card to finish off that page there. Yeah, I got a couple of Tigers in there. And like I said, it's just gonna keep getting more and more random as we go. Got some track and field type stuff here. Some decent names there. Michael Johnson, Carl Lewis, Jim Thorpe. A little bit of tennis. I'm sure these SI for Kids cards came from Jeff Airtime Trivia Wins. We miss you, Jeff. And yeah, it just continues to be just an assortment of stuff. Got some softballs and skateboarding. Not even sure what some of this stuff is. Obviously got some surfing there. Not sure, that guy's like a deep sea diver or something. Volleyball. Cheerleading. Little bit of boxing. Would like to get some more boxing in there. So yeah, you just happen to get a lot of this stuff over time, and one day it just occurred to me to put all this stuff together in one binder. There you got some racing. I have some pretty nice racing hits too that I got in a case break years ago with Ben Martin. Gotta show those. And even got some horse racing. Pull those in a Panini Americana box, which is like celebrities and a bunch of random stuff. I even pulled a dual auto. I forget which pair it was. I think it was these guys that I pulled a dual auto of. So that's it. Again, just thought it would be fun to flip through some of that. I know some of you like these other sports that don't get a whole lot of love on YouTube. And maybe I'll do another video where I show some of the hits that I have for some of these other random sports. But I also have a couple of stacks of some pickups that I want to get to, so hopefully I will get to those soon. But either way, catch you guys next time.